Introduction. Leadership is more than a position. It's more than a job title printed on a business card. True leadership is the ability to influence, inspire, and guide others toward a shared vision. Think about it, titles can be given, but respect must be earned. You can call yourself a manager, a director, or even a CEO, but if your words and actions don't inspire trust, people will follow only because they have to, not because they want to. That's the key difference between a boss and a leader. A boss gives orders. A leader gives direction. A boss uses authority. A leader earns respect. A boss says do this. A leader says let's do this together. The distinction may seem small, but in practice, it changes everything. People don't remember every instruction you give, but they will always remember how you made them feel, how you spoke to them, and how you carried yourself in moments of pressure. Leadership begins with words and actions. The way you speak shapes how others perceive you. The way you act confirms whether your words are worth believing. Together, they form the foundation of your influence. As you journey through this book, you will learn how to talk and act in ways that strengthen your presence as a leader. You will see examples of how leaders handle everyday conversations, from motive. A book titled How to Talk and Act as a Leader. Introduction. Why leadership is more than a title. The difference between a boss and a leader. A leader's influence begins with words and actions. Chapter 1. The voice of a leader. Words are powerful. They can build trust or destroy it. They can motivate a team to climb mountains or discourage them from taking even the first step. A leader's voice is not just about sound, it's about tone, clarity, and intention. The way you speak tells people whether they can rely on you, whether you respect them, and whether your vision is worth following. 1. Speak with clarity and confidence. When a leader speaks, people should walk away with a clear sense of direction. Unclear words create uncertain teams. Confidence is not loudness, it's certainty. Example. Weak delivery, I think maybe we should try this idea, if that's okay. Strong delivery, here's the direction we're taking, and here's why it will work. Notice the difference? The second example doesn't shout, but it speaks with conviction. 2. Use the power of pauses. Great leaders don't rush their words. They pause to let meaning sink in. Silence can be more powerful than speech. Think of Martin Luther King Jr.'s I Have a Dream. It wasn't just the words, it was the rhythm, the timing, the pauses that gave power to the message. 3. Choose words that uplift. Leaders know their words can either break spirits or raise them up. Replace criticism with coaching, replace blame with responsibility, and replace commands with encouragement. Scenario: a project failed. Boss, this is unacceptable. You failed. Leader, this didn't go as planned. Let's look at what happened and how we can do better next time. The leader still addresses the problem but shifts the focus to learning and growth. 4. Adapt your voice to the situation. Leadership requires flexibility. A leader speaks differently when calming a crisis than when celebrating success. Examples. In crisis. Calm, steady, reassuring, stay calm. Here's the next step we'll take together. In celebration, energetic, joyful, we did it. This victory belongs to all of us. 5. Listen as part of your voice. Strange as it sounds, listening is part of your voice. The way you respond shows whether you truly heard someone. Boss, interrupts, talks over people. Leader, pauses, nods, then says, I hear you. What I'm understanding is that you need more resources. Is that correct? By reflecting back, you prove you were listening. Your voice is your leadership signature. It's not about being the loudest person in the room, but the clearest, calmest, and most inspiring. When you master your voice, you master influence. But the clearest, calmest, and most inspiring. When you master your voice, you master influence. Chapter 2. Active listening. Great leaders are not just great talkers, they are great listeners. Listening is more than staying silent while someone else speaks. True listening means being present, paying attention, and making the other person feel heard and valued. When leaders listen actively, they build trust. They send the message, your voice matters. You matter. 1. Why leaders must listen first. Think about the last time you felt ignored. Did it make you want to follow that person, or distance yourself? When leaders fail to listen, they lose credibility. But when they listen deeply, people open up, share ideas, and become more engaged. Key truth: people will not care about your vision until they know you care about their voice. 2. Show that you're listening. Active listening involves 3 simple behaviors. Eye contact: look at the speaker, not your phone. Nods and affirmations, small gestures like I see or go on, encourage openness. Reflecting back, repeat or rephrase what you heard to confirm understanding. Example: team member, I'm overwhelmed by these deadlines. Boss, everyone's busy, deal with it. Leader: I hear that the deadlines feel overwhelming. Let's break them down together and see what can be prioritized. The difference is night and day. 3. Listen for emotion, not just words. Leaders hear what is said and what is unsaid. Sometimes frustration hides beneath polite words. Sometimes silence speaks louder than speech. Scenario: employee says, it's fine, I'll handle it. But their tone is tight, and shoulders slumped. Leader response: I sense you're not fine. Let's talk honestly about what's going on. 4. Ask questions that unlock truth. Leaders don't just listen, they ask the right questions to dig deeper. Instead of, do you understand? Say, what do you see as the biggest challenge right now? Instead of, are you okay with this? Say, what would make this easier for you? Questions show you care about the other person's perspective. 5. Turn listening into action. Listening without follow-up is empty. When people share concerns, leaders must act on what they hear. If someone needs support, provide it. If someone shares an idea, explore it. If someone shares a struggle, guide them through it. Leaders promise, if you speak, I will hear you. And if I hear you, I will respond. Active listening is not weakness. It's strength. It doesn't mean leaders have no authority, it means their authority is built on respect. When leaders listen well, people don't just follow because they must. They follow because they trust. Chapter 3: The Body Language of Influence. Before you say a word, your body is already speaking. Leadership is not just about what you say, but how you carry yourself. Your posture, facial expressions, and gestures all send signals. People notice whether you walk in with confidence or hesitation, whether you look approachable or distant, whether you project calm or chaos. As the saying goes, your body talks even when your mouth doesn't. 1. Posture that commands respect. A leader stands tall, shoulders back, chin up. Not stiff, but grounded. This posture signals presence and authority. Slouched posture says, I'm uncertain. Upright posture says, I'm here, I'm confident, and I'm ready. 2. Eye contact that builds connection. Eye contact shows attention, respect, and honesty. Leaders don't stare aggressively, but they don't avoid eye contact either. Boss glances at phone while someone talks. Leader maintains steady, warm eye contact that says, I value you. Role play example. Team member, I'm nervous about the presentation. Leader, looking directly, calmly, you've prepared well. I believe in you. Let's do this together. The eye contact strengthens the words. 3. Gestures that emphasize, not distract. Leaders use hands to underline key points, not to fidget or wave uncontrollably. Open palms signal honesty. Pointing fingers aggressively can create fear. Example. Weak gesture, arms crossed, tapping foot. Strong gesture, open hands, leaning slightly forward to show engagement. 4. The energy you carry into a room. People often decide within seconds whether they respect a leader, not because of what's said, but because of the energy the leader projects. Calm, steady energy builds trust. Nervous or scattered energy creates doubt. Scenario. Leader walks into a tense meeting hurried, frowning, tossing papers team feels more stressed. Leader walks in calm, composed, smiling slightly, making eye contact team feels reassured. 5. Leading with presence in silence. Sometimes leaders don't need to say anything. A firm handshake, a confident nod, or simply sitting attentively can speak louder than words. Boss interrupts quickly to take control. Leader lets silence breathe, then responds with wisdom. Your body is your first leadership message. Long before you speak, people are already reading your confidence, your focus, and your presence. Remember, leadership is felt before it is heard. Chapter 4: Words that build trust. Trust is the foundation of leadership. Without it, titles mean nothing. With it, even difficult conversations become opportunities for growth. The words you choose as a leader can either deepen trust or destroy it. Every phrase carries weight. 1. Words that show respect. Leaders use language that makes people feel valued. Simple acknowledgments can transform relationships. Examples of trust-building phrases. I value your input. Thank you for your effort. Your perspective matters. Let's build this together. These aren't just polite words. They tell your team, I see you. I respect you. 2. Replace blame with responsibility. Blame breaks trust. Responsibility builds it. Scenario: a mistake happened. Boss says, you failed, and this is your fault. Leader says, this didn't work as planned. Let's learn from it and find a better approach. Notice, the leader doesn't ignore the issue, but reframes it as a shared challenge. 3. Words to avoid. Some words instantly erode trust. You always, or you never, sounds judgmental. That's not my problem. Creates distance. Just do it. Kills motivation. 4. Use future-focused language. Leaders inspire by speaking about vision, growth, and possibilities. Instead of, we messed up. Say, here's what we'll improve next time. Instead of, this is too hard. Say, this is challenging, but we have what it takes. Trust grows when people believe tomorrow can be better because of today's effort. 5. Honesty with compassion. Trust doesn't mean sugarcoating reality. It means telling the truth with empathy. Role-play example. Team member, do you think I did well on this? Boss, no, it wasn't good. Leader, you've made progress here. There's still room to grow, and I'll guide you through it. The leader speaks truthfully but also supports growth. Every word you speak as a leader is either a brick in the foundation of trust or a crack in it. Choose wisely. Chapter 5: Leading through questions. Great leaders don't always give answers. They ask the right questions. Questions are a leader's secret tool. They spark curiosity, invite collaboration, and show respect for others' intelligence. Instead of telling people what to think, questions guide them to discover the truth for themselves. 1. Why leaders ask, not just tell. When a boss gives instructions, people follow. When a leader asks questions, people engage. Commands create compliance. Questions create commitment. A person who discovers an answer feels ownership. That's the power of leading through questions. 2. Types of leadership questions. Clarifying questions. To ensure understanding. What do you mean by that? Can you explain your thought process? B. Discovery questions. To spark ideas. What opportunities do you see here? If resources weren't a problem, what would you try? C. Growth questions. To build development. What skills would you like to strengthen? What did you learn from this experience? D. Alignment questions. To unite the team. How does this fit into our bigger vision? What would success look like for all of us? 3. Role-play example. Scenario: a team member feels stuck. Boss, just finish the project. I don't care how. Leader, what's blocking your progress? What support do you need from me to move forward? The boss ends the conversation. The leader opens a door. 4. Asking questions in crisis. During challenges, leaders who ask questions help calm fear and create solutions. Instead of, "This is a disaster," try, "What's the first step we can take right now to stabilize the situation?" Questions shift focus from panic to problem solving. 5. The art of listening after asking. Asking is only half the work. A leader must pause, stay silent, and really listen. Don't ask questions if you don't plan to value the answer. Chapter 6: Decision-Making and Calm Authority. Leadership is tested most during moments of decision. Anyone can lead when things are easy. True leaders reveal themselves when the stakes are high and choices are tough. People look to leaders not just for answers, but for assurance. They don't expect perfection, they expect clarity, calm, and confidence. 1. The weight of decisions. A boss says, "Do it my way because I said so." A leader says, "Here's the reasoning behind this decision, and here's how it helps us move forward." The difference isn't just in the choice itself, it's in how the choice is communicated. 2. Calm is contagious. In tense moments, emotions spread. If a leader panics, the team panics. If a leader stays calm, the team steadies itself. Scenario. Situation: a system crashes during a live presentation. Boss: "This is a disaster." Who's responsible? Leader: "Stay calm. Let's troubleshoot step by step." Who can handle the backup plan? The leader's calm tone directs energy toward solutions, not blame. 3. Speak with certainty, even in uncertainty. Leaders don't always have all the answers. But they communicate with steady confidence. Instead of, "I don't know, maybe we'll figure it out," say, "We don't have all the details yet, but here's our next step." Certainty doesn't mean knowing everything. It means giving direction, even in the unknown. 4. Balancing firmness with empathy. Great decisions are firm but humane. Leaders stand by what must be done, while respecting how it affects people. Example. Decision: cutting a project. Boss says, "We're shutting this down." End of story. Leader says, "After reviewing resources, we'll stop this project. I know many of you worked hard on it. Here's how we'll redirect your efforts to something impactful." One closes doors. The other opens new ones. 5. The power of we in decisions. Leaders use inclusive language when announcing decisions. Instead of "I decided this," they say, "Here's the path we're taking. Together, we'll move in this direction." Leadership isn't about avoiding tough choices. It's about making them with wisdom, communicating them with clarity, and carrying them with calm authority. Chapter 7: Inspiring through storytelling. Facts tell. Stories sell. People may forget your instructions, but they will remember your stories. Leaders who inspire don't just present data, they wrap it in narratives that spark emotion, build connection, and create vision. 1. Why leaders tell stories. Stories make abstract ideas concrete. Stories turn failures into lessons. Stories connect leaders to people on a human level. When a leader says, "We must adapt to change," it sounds like a lecture. But when they say, "5 years ago, I faced a challenge that forced me to adapt quickly. Here's what happened," suddenly the lesson comes alive. 2. The ingredients of a leadership story. Every powerful leadership story includes 3 things. Struggle: show the challenge. Breakthrough: show how you or the team overcame it. Lesson: show what it means for the present or future. Example. Struggle: when I first led a team, I failed to communicate clearly. Breakthrough: I learned to slow down, listen, and give clear direction. Lesson: that's why today, I encourage open questions in every meeting. 3. Storytelling in daily leadership. Stories don't need to be long speeches. They can be short moments that connect. Role-play example. Team member: this project feels impossible. Leader: I know the feeling. When I started my career, I faced a task that looked impossible too. I thought I'd fail. But step by step, the pieces came together, and that taught me that persistence beats fear. We'll do the same here. The leader doesn't deny the difficulty, they inspire hope through story. 4. Stories that build vision. Leaders use stories to paint a future worth following. Instead of saying, "We must work harder," tell a vision story. Imagine the day we launch this product and customers everywhere are using it. Picture the pride you'll feel when you say, "I helped make this happen." That day will come because of the effort we give today. Stories create emotional buy-in. 5. Personal versus team stories. Personal stories show vulnerability and growth. Team stories celebrate collective victories. Both are powerful. Leaders who share both sides become relatable and inspiring. Stories give meaning to facts. They turn leaders from distant authorities into trusted guides. When you share stories, you don't just lead minds, you lead hearts. Chapter 8: Handling Conflict as a Leader. Conflict is inevitable. Put any group of people together and disagreements will arise. But conflict itself isn't the problem, it's how leaders handle it that makes the difference. A boss avoids or escalates conflict. A leader manages conflict with calm, fairness, and direction. 1. Stay calm in the heat of conflict. When voices rise, emotions spread. If a leader reacts with anger, the fire grows. If they respond with calm, the fire cools. Example. Team member, "This isn't fair. I'm always given the hardest tasks." Boss, "Stop complaining and just do your job." Leader, "I hear your frustration. Let's step back and talk through what feels unfair." The leader doesn't match anger with anger. They guide it into dialogue. 2. Focus on solutions, not blame. Blame keeps people stuck. Solutions move them forward. Instead of, "Who messed this up?" ask, "What can we learn from this, and how do we prevent it next time?" 3. Show fairness and respect. People will accept hard truths if they feel the leader is fair. 4. Role-play example, conflict between team members. Person A, "You never deliver on time." Person B, "That's because you overload me." Boss, "Figure it out yourselves." "I don't have time." Leader, "I hear both of you. Let's identify the real issue, deadlines and workload. Together, we'll find a solution that works for both sides." The leader transforms conflict into collaboration. Conflict doesn't have to destroy teams. When handled with calm authority, it strengthens trust and builds respect. Chapter 9: The Daily Habits of Leadership. Leadership isn't built in grand moments, it's built in daily actions. What you do consistently matters more than what you say occasionally. 1. Lead by example. People watch what leaders do more than what they say. If you arrive late, expect others to be late. If you stay disciplined, expect others to follow suit. Leader's principle: I will never ask others to do what I am unwilling to do myself. 2. Keep your promises. Trust grows when leaders keep their word. Even small broken promises can damage credibility. Boss, "I'll get back to you," but never does. Leader, "I'll get back to you by tomorrow," and follows through. 3. Practice gratitude daily. Simple recognition builds loyalty. A leader who says thank you consistently creates a culture of respect. 4. Stay composed under pressure. Daily composure matters. A leader who loses control easily teaches the team to fear them, not respect them. Habit example: begin every day with a grounding routine, deep breaths, reflection, or journaling, so you carry calm into the workplace. Closing thought. Leadership isn't about one big speech or one big action. It's about the steady habits that prove you're reliable, day after day. Chapter 10: Leaving a Legacy. Leadership is temporary. Titles come and go. But the impact of a leader lasts long after they're gone. The greatest leaders don't just achieve results, they leave people better than they found them. 1. Vision beyond the moment. A boss thinks about today. A leader thinks about tomorrow. Boss, just finish this task. Leader, this task moves us closer to our bigger vision. 2. Developing future leaders. True leadership isn't about creating followers, it's about creating more leaders. Leaders practice. Share opportunities, mentor others, and encourage independent thinking. 3. Living the values you preach. People may forget your speeches, but they'll never forget your example. If you value integrity, fairness, or courage, show it in your actions. 4. The legacy of words and actions. Every word you've spoken, every action you've taken, becomes part of your leadership legacy. The true measure of leadership is not how loudly you spoke, but how deeply you influenced. Not how high you climbed, but how many you lifted. When your time as a leader ends, will people say, "She gave orders"? Or will they say, "She inspired me to become more than I thought I could be"? That is the legacy worth leaving.